All right, guys, y'all already know the vibes and good morning. So I told y'all probably maybe a month ago, a few weeks ago, this is what I predicted. Matt Mclung, man, he pretty much took over Utah last night, man. I was excited and I was impressed with the festivities and the event of AllStar Weekend. Matt Mclung last night stole a show in Utah, becoming the AT&T Slam Dunk Contest. Now, this guy's out of the G League. Matt Mclung is out of the G League, but I've been trying to tell you guys for the last couple of weeks that this boy can jump through the roof. I predicted it weeks ago. I predicted it the day of. I knew Matt Mclung was going to win this thing. And what was so impressive about Matt Mclung this whole evening was just the simple fact that he pretty much knocked everything down his first try. It was that impact factor. He was short. He was a white guy, but he knocked down the dunks on every first attempt. It was just very impressive. Some are saying that he saved the slam dunk contest. I mean, I don't know about that, but, it was definitely exciting to see. I'm not even going to hold you. I would have liked to see Matt last night call out Ja Morant. I think that would have been hard. If he would have called out Ja Morant in his post-game interview, I thought that would have been really dope. But he just don't seem to be built like that. Ja Morant said he's not going to enter the slam dunk contest. So, we're going to have to see how that play out. Salute to my dogs in the building. Anthony, I see you. Darrell, I see you. My G, big up to you guys, man. So, yeah, Matt Mclung got it done last night. But like I said, from the skills challenge last night to the three-point contest to the slam dunk contest, I was definitely impressed so far with NBA All-Star Weekend. I'm not even going to lie. Pretty dope. Does Matt have what it takes to win it again? I think so. I think that surprise factor that, I think that's going to be here for another year or two. So he'll come in next year. He'll probably be the favorite because you more than likely are not going to have any superstars to participate. So I'm looking at it like he will probably go in there being the favorite and probably getting it done. Now, the Knicks, Jericho Sims, his performance in the slam dunk contest was horrible. Number 45 for the New York Knicks, Jericho Sims. He had the worst performance at a slam dunk contest and had the nerve to bring out a 50 scorecard on one of his dunks. Like, he was really bugging out. So, he was really the downside in the All-Star Slam Dunk Contest. I saw Karl Malone. He was a judge. It was interesting. You don't see Charles Barkley. You don't see Shaq. They don't mention Karl Malone's name throughout the whole presentation. I don't know if y'all really realize that or peep that or really know what's going on. But social media really went at Karl Malone this week, or really the NBA, for allowing Karl Malone to be a judge in the slam dunk contest. They had brought up the incident of Karl Malone when he was 20 years old. He got a 13-year-old girl pregnant, and they brought that back up. And they're wondering why the NBA would consider Karl Malone to be a part of the festivities, but it wasn't Utah. He wasn't booed or anything, but it was just interesting to listen to the commentary, especially in the slam dunk contest. If you pay attention, Shaq and Charles Barkley, they never mentioned this guy's name, so that was pretty interesting. But shout out to Matt Mclung. I think he will definitely be somebody to be reckoned with when it comes to this competition, especially for the next couple of seasons. I don't think that this actually transcends him to be a, and this is another thing. If he's not that good of a player, is he even going to be back next year to be in the slam dunk contest? Like if he's not good enough to make the next level, are they going to knock him back down to the G League, or is he pretty much out the league? So believe it or not, unless I got my facts incorrect, his performance on the court or the opportunities he gets when we talk about playing basketball is actually going to play a role in my eyes, because if he's not on the team, he's not going to be able to defend this title. So it's going to be interesting to see how this play out, because he definitely can play basketball. Like, he broke Allen Iverson's all-time scoring record for the state of Virginia in high school for points. He broke that. I think he broke a record by J.J. Redick. So he knows how to score the basketball. We talking about at a different level, however. And it's just going to be interesting to see, especially playing on Philly. The 76ers are looking to win now. There's talk about them trying to get Kevin Love from this Cleveland Cavaliers buyout. So realistically, in the next year, especially with the 76ers trying to make a playoff run, how much of an impact is Matt Mclung going to really have? Like, how many opportunities is this young boy going to actually have to play basketball? Because if he's not getting any minutes and if he's not being productive, if Daryl Morey cuts him loose, we're going to have a new champion of the slam dunk contest next year. But I hope that don't happen, because like I said, what we witnessed yesterday from Matt Mclung, it wasn't an all-time great performance, but he definitely did his job. It was a really good it was a good contest coming all the way down to the final round. I think he got like 350 that last night. So Matt was definitely doing this thing. Shout out to him. So that's all that I had on Matt Mclung. Let's check out and see what's going on around the NBA. Make sure you guys, if you guys enjoy daily NBA content, be sure to follow me on social media. And also, guys, if you guys are a subscriber here at the Best of 7, also become a member. Join our membership today here on YouTube at the Best of 7 Sports Talk. Thank you so much for all the supporters. Let's see what's going on around in the NBA. So Giannis Antetokounmpo was asked if anybody can guard him one-on-one. And Giannis says, there's no one-on-one in my world. That's me playing against 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys. One-on-one isn't my thing. It's impossible. So is Giannis saying that he cannot be guarded by one person? It's going to have to be a 1 against 2, 1 against 3, 1 against 4. That's all he's seeing. He's not getting any one-on-one opposition. Fair or foul? Is Giannis right or wrong about this? Let's talk about this real quick. I think Giannis, to me, is the most dominant player in the National Basketball Association. I do not identify dominant with being the best. I do not know why everybody has Giannis Antetokounmpo as the best player in the world right now. I just don't get it. I understand that he is still in his kind of prime years, or he haven't even reached his prime. He's a champion, 2-time MVP. The upside is great. Call it bias, call it whatever you want. I am not choosing Giannis Antetokounmpo over LeBron James. And I'm not even talking about all time. This year, I know Giannis is he's now moved up to second in the MVP. The Lakers are not playing well, so LeBron ain't going to get that consideration. But look what LeBron is doing in year 20, age 38. His basketball IQ is on another level. Giannis can't compete with LeBron when we talk about basketball IQ. Perimeter game, offensively, Giannis is dominant, but he don't have the skills that LeBron have offensively. Giannis is more active on both ends of the court in a totality. When you add defense to the element, I'll give you that over LeBron. But just leadership, clutch shots, like I said, basketball IQ, witnessing greatness, like this is not normal. I'm not putting Giannis over LeBron. I'm not even putting Giannis over a healthy Kevin Durant. I'm not sure if Giannis is better than a healthy Kawhi Leonard. And I don't want to keep taking shots at Giannis because he has definitely proved himself, as I said, to be the most dominant person in the league. But I'm not really jacking him being the best player in the world. And as far as him not being able to get any one-on-one competition, is there a person that can guard this guy in the NBA one-on-one? If Joel Embiid can't do it, it probably can't be done. So Giannis might got a point. There may not be a one-on-one, option to stop him. Joel Embiid is the only name that I really could think that could come to mind that could possibly, I can't even say contain him. I would have to really go back, look at the game tapes and see if these guys, like what it looked like when Milwaukee played Philly. But he probably right. All he's seeing is double teams and this, that, and the third. But, one-on-one, I'm not putting Giannis above Kevin Durant in a one-on-one game if Kevin is healthy. I don't think would I put Giannis above Steph one-on-one? That's what I'm saying, bro. It's iffy. It's iffy to me. I don't know if I would put Giannis above DeMar DeRozan. Giannis is a great player on both ends of the court. But one-on-one is not a full court game. He definitely got the length. He definitely got the size. I wonder how much impact defensively Giannis can have in a half-court game one-on-one versus some of these superstars, Damien, Lillard, and some of these other guys. But he might got a point. Now, this was crazy. Dwight Howard dropped 84 points last night, y'all. Let me say that again. Dwight Howard dropped 84 points last night. Yo, this is insane. Look at this stat line for Dwight Howard. 84 points, 37 rebounds, 9 assists, and 14 blocks versus the Ghost Hawks. This is a single game stat, y'all. 84. Bro, Kobe is rolling over in his freaking grave right now. Yeah, Shaq been having a lot to say about the big man. You know what I mean? I see that Rui Hachimura, he had something to say about him. He kind of doubled back and tried to apologize on that, but I don't jack no apologies from Shaq. Shaq is corporate. He still keeps it real to a fault, but I don't be jacking that, but man, 84 for Dwight. That's bananas. Does Dwight deserve another opportunity in the NBA? This is not the only game Dwight has went crazy over in Taiwan. I know the competition is definitely different. So, I guess the optics of this is just because of who he is, his celebrity. But then obviously not that much competition over there at all. Because there's another player who else was over there going crazy. There was somebody else that I think went over there and been doing well in the league in Taiwan. But I thought maybe the Lakers would give Dwight another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? When they needed some size and rim protection. I know they tried out DeMarcus Cousins earlier this year. I think it might be something personal going on with Dwight and the Lakers. That's why they didn't bring him back. But 84. Dwight, I think he deserves an opportunity if he wants to come back. Yeah, this was definitely hard to watch. This is the guy Sims, man. He was the worst slam dunk performer of the contest last night. He was so disappointing to be so big, to have so much size. Like, he didn't bring any excitement. He didn't get the crowd involved. He wasn't creative. He wasn't effective. Like, he just was he was a waste. He really made the Knicks look bad. Then he had the audacity to pull out a 50 vote of 50. He was bugged out. Matt Mclung got it done. Dame Dollar. He won the 3-point contest. I'm glad for Damien Lillard being able to get some hardware, because that's probably the only hardware Damian Lillard is ever going to have in his hand. He dropped 26 points in that final round. I think that tied for Steph Curry. Did he tie Steph Curry's record, I think? That was Julius Randle's son. Now, Julius Randle, everybody was talking about how bad Julius Randle performed in the 3-point contest. I think he had 13 points last night, shooting a lot of bricks. Everybody was on social media going crazy. Did y'all forget that Michael Jordan only dropped 5 points in the 3-point contest? Do your homework. Do your research. Y'all want to talk about Julius Randle, but y'all GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He was in the 3-point contest before, and he only scored 5 points. So don't talk to me about Julius. Don't sit up there and try to talk crazy about Julius Randle when y'all GOAT, y'all savior, Michael Jordan, only dropped 5 in the NBA 3-point contest. Do y'all homework, do y'all history, man, just in case y'all want to talk a little bit of smack. But, man, overall last night, it was definitely a pretty good event. The skills challenge, I was excited. Had a lot of going on. So definitely happy about that. What else is going on in the NBA before I get up out of here? I just wanted to come at y'all. So these are Ja Morant's new Nike shoes, and they $400. Really? These look like low tops though. And they cost $400. They, first of all, they ugly. To me, they ugly. I like that they black. I ain't jacking them for no 400. I'm not even gonna lie, keep it real. If I have $400, I'm buying the big red boots for $300 before I buy these for $400. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm buying the big red boots before I buy those. Those Ja Morant joints are ugly. I'm just keeping it a stack, G. LeBron is too great to do the slam dunk contest. And LeBron is an in-game dunker. LeBron is not a real creative dunker. LeBron is definitely a power dunker. What we've witnessed, see, that's the thing. You see how sorry the slam dunk contest, you make it feel like LeBron could have done this and won it, because he's a power dunker, couple windmill dunks, just a couple little things. LeBron probably could win the slam dunk contest based off of how sorry the competition is. But nah. Don't pressure LeBron. Is in year 20. Y'all talking about LeBron doing a slam dunk contest in year 20? Morant just came out his mouth yesterday and said he wasn't doing it. That's the one y'all need to be focused on is Ja. Why is he not doing the slam dunk contest? $400 for shoes. I ain't jacking that. Matt Mclung should have called Morant's silly ass out last night. That's what he should have put that pressure on him. That's what I would have did. Shout out to the Utah Jazz. They won the skills. The skills competition was exciting. Yesterday was the first time that I actually took time out to watch the skills competition of the AllStar weekend. And I was definitely impressed with that. So we got the AllStar game going down today. Team Giannis versus Team LeBron. You look at the stats from last year, Steph Curry was the AllStar game MVP. He dropped 50 last game. He made 16 threes last year. Look at the record Steph Curry broke for the All-Star game. Most three-pointers in a quarter and a half in a game. And he's the all-time leader in All-Stars games, three-point shots made at 47. So Steph was that guy last year. Who's going to be that guy this year in Utah? Who's going to get the MVP later today? I think it's going to be Giannis. I think Giannis probably get it done. I think Giannis more than likely will be the MVP. He didn't participate with his brothers yesterday in the competition, so I was a little bit surprised at that, but I think he's saving some of his energy because they're going to go off today, so. They look like Lonzo ball shoes. They low cut. I ain't jacking no low cut basketball shoes. And keep it real. You mean to tell me these are better than Kyrie's? These ain't better than Kyrie Irving shoes. They cut Kyrie Irving off and signed this guy. And man, I ain't buying that. But I mean, this is a new era. I'm old. I'm 44 years old. So you're gonna have a lot of kids, a lot of young people getting money. They're gonna have these shoes on their feet. Don't know how to play a lick of basketball. I'm not playing basketball in no $400 shoes anyway. But the fact that they low cut, maybe because I'm seeing like a little bit of designs and things in it. So maybe the closer you get to the actual shoe, it might look dope, but nah, I ain't really jacking all that. What is KD talking about? Yeah, it's just really no point in LeBron doing the slam dunk contest. It's really not. And I think he could win it. But let's say he do lose it. Let's say LeBron loses a slam dunk contest. You know, they will crucify him. Oh, Michael Jordan won the slam dunk contest. Like, it's just more fuel to the fire. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, Anthony hit it right on the head. LeBron doing the slam dunk contest in any year, when you think about it, he's sacrificing a lot, because I promise you, if LeBron would have did a slam dunk contest back in the Miami days or back in the Cleveland days, and he would have lost, they would have been using that today when we have the LeBron Jordan debate. They would have used that against LeBron. People would have actually brought that up. I promise you. You and I both know that if LeBron would have did a slam dunk contest and lost, they would have held that up against him when we having this GOAT discussion, even to today. So that's crazy. So Kevin Durant, when it comes to his future, he says, I'm having a good time in the moment, and I can see myself being here for the rest of my career. But who knows? I said the same thing about Brooklyn. Wow. Should Phoenix be concerned with this statement by Kevin Durant? If I was a fan of the Phoenix Suns, I would be disappointed. only because I understand that this is a business. Kevin Durant just slapped me in the face with it. Kevin Durant is basically letting you guys know that I'm not going to be in this for thick and thin. Depending on how the energy is, depending on what the vibes is. Y'all know who I am. I'm Kevin Durant. I will keep it moving. I'm enjoying the moment right now. We're not winning games, but we're not losing games. I'm not playing. We're in an environment that got potential. Same thing happened in Brooklyn. You know, he probably would have still been in Golden State if he didn't have the personal situation that happened. So even though we do understand that this is a business, Kevin Durant has a whole lot of basketball left. So to feel like he was going to retire in Phoenix, I think that's premature. But I don't want to hear a guy talking about possibly not being on a team before you even actually get on the court and play. Like everybody has the highest expectation for the Phoenix Suns after this addition to Kevin Durant. So even though KD is just being real and he's being honest, if I was a Phoenix Suns fan, I would just be a little bit tight. I would, don't talk about Brooklyn. Don't talk about not being here. You know what I mean? If you want to talk about the moment, just speak on the moment, embrace it, and keep it moving. But, I think KD just wanted to kill storylines and narratives because the media probably would have came out with a story and the article probably would have saying that, KD said the same thing in Brooklyn. So I could see him trying to diffuse a lot of rumors with his statement saying it now. But I'm gonna be honest. If I'm a Phoenix Suns fan, I don't want to hear that. I watched Kevin Durant damn near cry at his press conference with the Suns when he talked about the Brooklyn Nets and how, they were a brotherhood in the grind, and he almost was in tears. And, I'm not saying that he was phony or fake. I respect the real from KD, but I just thought the time and the optics of that was crazy, bro. We don't care. We don't care. It's about the valley right now. You understand what I'm saying? And I think Kevin Durant is just letting it be known that this is not nothing etched in stone. Depending on how we play this year, depending on what happens next year, I could be gone in about 3. So, I'm maybe reading a little bit too much into this actual comment, but just as a fan, if I was a fan of the Phoenix Suns and if he hasn't played the game yet, I would be kind of disappointed with him saying that. I'm going to keep it real. Anthony said KD and Kyrie are gambles. The NBA needs to put them on year-to-year contracts so they can show commitment. Now, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about this real quick before we get into more news. I really got to do my homework with this Kyrie Irving thing, and I don't like to really go against what people are saying because I don't have all the facts myself. But what I wanted to know is at what point did Kyrie develop this whole narrative of him being a player that's been unavailable, unreliable, undependable? At what point was Kyrie got that label of being a guy that is not going to be there, to play? I'm trying to really gauge when that happened, because in Cleveland, we never heard anything about Kyrie sitting out games, not being dependable, load management, things of that nature. That was never on Kyrie Irving's resume in Cleveland. He did leave LeBron early to go to Boston. He went to Boston and he got injured. I do remember a circumstance where he didn't go to a game or he missed some games or something like that due to some family issues or personal reasons. I don't know if that was in Boston or if I don't know if that was in Brooklyn. But outside of that, I've never known Kyrie to be labeled as someone that's unreliable or not, dependable to be on the court to play with you, other than the COVID vaccination situation. And let's be honest, because a lot of y'all don't want to keep it real when it comes to that situation. Brooklyn could have brought Kyrie back. They had an opportunity to let Kyrie play road games. Remember, at the beginning of this whole vaccination thing, Kyrie could have played the road games for Brooklyn if they cared so much. The Nets organization, Joe Tsai, Sean Marks, Steve Nash, they were concerned more about public relations, public perception than their own superstars. That's why they are at a demise today. But remember, they could have had Kyrie playing in uniform. That narrative about Kyrie not being available for Brooklyn is partially because of Brooklyn. It was only because they were struggling so bad that they spent the block and then said they would allow Kyrie to play, those road games. And then you get the situation when New York just ended the mandate because it wasn't even right. So, like, people talk about Kyrie not being dependable and reliable. Like I said, I know the COVID situation, the vaccination, but again, that's partially, in my eyes, that's partially the team's fault as well. The situation with the link, the Amazon link to the documentary being suspended 5 games without pay, like, bro, I'm not blaming Kyrie for that. That was another strike on Brooklyn. Other than the time where he didn't play, or you know what I'm saying, because of his sister. And I don't know if it was his sister or some personal reasons. I remember that. I just don't remember any other times where Kyrie was really unreliable or not dependable. Especially when you look at guys like Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is the poster child for low management and not being available. I know some people put that partially due to injuries and stuff like that. But Kawhi Leonard never got this type of criticism for not playing the way Kyrie Irving gets. And it just kind of bugs me out when I hear people talk about Kyrie is just unreliable and things of that nature. I got to really do my homework and see where that started. If that started in Boston or if it started that first year, because I think in that first year in Brooklyn, he was there for the Nets. It was KD that was hurt, right? So I don't know. Anthony said he requested to get traded before his contract was up, and they said he wasn't talking to his teammates in Cleveland and Boston. Now, that is true. But look at all the other stars. I mean, I could go down a list of superstars that have demanded a trade from their team. LeBron James is one of the only guys, few superstars, that played out his contracts. Kobe Bryant asked for a trade before. I mean, the top players in the league. James Harden, he demanded to be traded. I'm not surprised. We've seen stars do this. And, not talking to your teammates about the moves you're going to make. I don't hold nobody accountable for that type of stuff. Like, maybe you do owe it to maybe one person. Maybe you don't owe it to anybody. The optics of it could be cool if you reach out to somebody. Maybe he could have spoke to LeBron, but he had an issue with LeBron. So I'm not jacking that. And then when you got rats like D'Angelo Russell, even though it was a different situation, it just confirmation you can't trust everybody. So you may not even know you got your teammates. You may not even want to tell everybody what your moves are because they could come out. We see how so many things get leaked in social media and all these tweets and just all this information. So, I mean, and I know we talked about a couple of years ago, and, as far as Kyrie with Boston, telling them the moves he was making, I mean, Kyrie was getting disrespected by Boston. Boston was winning without him, and those guys were really young. So they wasn't even mentally on the same level with Kyrie to really even have these types of conversations and stuff like that when we talk about Kyrie's future. And Kyrie knew that he didn't want to stay in Boston. So I don't really see what type of conversation he could have had with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, that could have really changed things in Boston, like as far as keeping him in with the Celtics. I think that those days were numbered. So I don't know, bro. I just feel like Kyrie Irving sometimes to a fault gets a bad rap for this whole unavailable thing. I just got to see where it actually started and if this title was actually warranted. Because I just never really known Kyrie to be labeled by the media as a guy that you can't count on night in and night out. I'm not talking production. I'm talking availability. Those days in Cleveland, the first stint, and when he was with Cleveland, he played. When LeBron came, he played. Boston, he got hurt. Then I know some things happened with Boston. And then, we got the situation with the Brooklyn Nets. So we'll see how that play out. I think Kyrie is a rental when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks. I don't think that, that's on that long. It's still ironic that we got the Jewish owner in Mark Cuban now signing Kyrie Irving's checks. I do find that kind of funny just for the simple fact that, Mark Cuban had a lot to say negatively about Kyrie back in the day when we had this issue with the rant and stuff like that. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that 100%. See, this is what I'm saying about Ja. He talked too much. Ja Morant talked too much. Kevin Durant is back on the Western Conference. Ja Morant talk about he ready. He comfortable in the West. He good. Like, all right. Whatever, Ja. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. So Skip Bayless, I saw this video on YouTube, but I didn't actually play it because I don't like Skip Bayless by himself. I barely like watching him on Undisputed with Shannon Sharp, but he has his own show that airs on YouTube, and he asked Charles Barkley, according to this report, to stop issuing physical threats, claiming that they scare his wife Ernestine. According to Skip, he says Charles Barkley has been taking shots at me for, 20 years on various platforms, including his own on TNT's Inside the NBA. This is white privilege, and I do not like Charles Barkley. Two things can be true. Skip Bayless is not lying. Charles Barkley has definitely been on TV numerous times talking about what he would physically like to do to Skip Bayless. That's a fact. That's number one. It affecting his wife Ernestine, I think that's cap. Skip Bayless has been one of the most hated personalities in sports for decades, and she has been a day one. She already seen the vitriol, all the hate, and all the trolling and all the animosity towards Skip. So I think it's really cat to say that she feels threatened or she's scared. They don't have any interactions. Barkley and Skip Bayless never run into each other. They're never linked in the same circles, environments, communities at all. At all. Skip Bayless is never outside with it when we talk about the NBA community. What I feel like Skip is doing and why I brought up the whole white privilege thing is because he's actually using his wife. He's using this fear factor. He's using this scare tactic to generate some type of sympathy, some type of support system, because you're going to make the black man seem to be the aggressor. This big black man is constantly threatening me online, talking about he want to kill me, when it kicks my wife. I mean, when it kicks my behind, my wife, she's she's scared. She don't know what's going to happen. This is a scenario where two things can be true, but this to me is all cap. This just reads white privilege all across the board. And Skip Bayless, for you now to ask Charles Barkley about physical threats, make it more cap, because Charles Barkley has been talking about kicking your behind for years. Charles Barkley has been talking about physically kicking your behind before you even came to Fox Sports. You know this. This is nothing new. I think that, this is the day and age. This is the cancel culture. This is an era where one thing could trickle and snowball into you losing a lot of opportunities. And I think people in position of power, both black and white, both young and old, both male and female, are using these opportunities to level themselves up or to downgrade other people. This is a tactic. It could be a smart one. It's a smart one by Skip. When you look at the 48 laws of power, if there's no friends and all of that, this is definitely a way that could get Charles Barkley out of there. I doubt it, because Charles Barkley does bring money to the table as far as him being an asset. Nobody is bigger than the program, but Charles Barkley is still their guy. So as long as he's bringing in what they need, as long as he's speaking out against black athletes the way he does and as objective as he is, Barkley's job security, I think, for now is good. But this tactic by Skip Bayless, being who Skip Bayless is, though, and having history and more of a he may not have as much power. I don't. He's definitely been doing this media thing way longer than Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley holds a lot of weight in sports media today with his opinion and things like that. Skip does as well. But I think this is a tactic that Skip is using to get Charles out of here. But this is kind of, I'm not mad at Skip if Skip playing defense, but I don't think this is real as far as Ernestine being afraid and all that. I think that's cap. I think Skip Bayless is definitely using this opportunity to capitalize on it, possibly have people looking at Charles, putting him in the hot seat. This was a chess move to me. I don't think at all that Skip Bayless even concerned about no physical threats by Charles Barkley. Because like I said, Charles Barkley has kept the same energy for so long. Skip Bayless knows it. They've talked about it on numerous occasions. And Skip doesn't care. Skip knows he's not going to ever be in no circle bumping with Charles Barkley. Skip don't go to games. Skip don't go to events. Charles Barkley is not on the same network. They're not on the same level when you talk about journalism and things like that. So, unless it was like in the airport or something like that, it really ain't going to be no smoke. So I don't think Skip feel threatened at all. You feel what I'm saying? And if ain't nobody put their hands on Skip Bayless already for the stuff that he's done said over these years, why the hell would we think it would be Charles Barkley out of all people? So I really just think that that's cap. And I think Ernestine is just doing the most Well, not Ernestine. I think Skip is just really doing the most to kind of, fight back. This is his way of fighting back at Charles for being so disrespectful. You know what I mean? It's kind of a sneaky move. It's kind of a sucker move, but I guess I have to respect it because Charles had violated Skip Bayless. So I'm gonna keep it real. All right, guys, I am about to get up out of here. Salute to the NBA community. Appreciate you guys chopping it up with me around the NBA this morning, man. Just wanted to come at you guys, talk about Matt Mclung winning the NBA Slam Dunk Contest last night. Unbelievable performance by this guy. The big talk is going to be, is he going to be performing next year? Is he going to repeat? Did he save the Slam Dunk Contest? I want you guys to keep in mind, he's now moved up from the G League. He's now with the Philadelphia 76ers, but we know they are chasing championships. If Matt Mclung does not play well basketball-wise, he may not even be on the team next year to even defend this title. So the story of Matt Mclung is far from over. Let's be clear on that part. As my good brother Anthony said, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk. I am your host, as always, 7 Mitchell. Make sure if you guys enjoy daily NBA content to follow me everywhere on social media and become a member of the Best of 7 Sports Talk here on YouTube. We got early releases on NBA content, exclusive giveaway prizes. We got a lot of things going down in the membership club. So you guys make sure y'all support the network. Let me know what type of content you guys would like to have. And we're going to get it rocking and rolling for you guys for sure, because y'all know how we do here at the Best of 7 Sports Talk. Y'all stay safe this Sunday morning. About to go get my hair braided so I can hit the streets and act a fool. Y'all already know the vibes. Y'all stay safe. I catch y'all tomorrow morning live here on YouTube. Matter of fact, I forgot. I'm going to actually be back live later today. I got my special guest, JJ Peters from Sportstown podcast. He's going to be joining me. We got to talk about the second half of the NBA. So if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we're going live again later on today with another show. I got my guy, JJ Peters from Sportstown podcast. We're going to chop it up, have a great time, and I expect to see you guys later on here back on the platform. So smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, become a member, and I'll catch you guys here at the Best of 7 a little bit later on. Y'all enjoy yourself. Take y'all asses to church. Y'all be good. I'll holler at you guys later, man. Peace.